In addition to his membership in the Scientology cult, Tom Cruise can be accused of many things, but on set, he's always very friendly and professional to its fellow employees. However, there has now been a scandal on the set of Mission Impossible 7. Production has recently started again after the significant increase of difficulties on set due to the pandemic. Cruise threw a loud and lengthy tantrum right after two employees had a conversation without sticking to the required minimum distance on the London set. He did some frank talking that we leave out for the sake of advertiser-friendly content, but this much we can say. He went so far as to threaten several times to immediately fire those affected the next time they break social distancing rules. He claimed that they could not afford to take another break in filming since there are thousands of jobs depending on Hollywood production. His upset is totally understandable, because in addition to the already tense situation in the entire industry, Part 8 of Mission Impossible is going to begin production immediately after the ongoing production of Part 7. Further, a novelty with Cruise, namely a movie that takes place in space, is in the works. The space travel, which is planned for October 2021, cannot be postponed due to the tight schedule. Another discontinuation of the filming activities could thus quite possibly mean an organizational disaster. According to an insider, Cruise has been paying close attention to the compliance with the regulations since the resumption of filming, and apparently he has even been doing his own safety inspection tours. Anyhow, a large majority of the online community supports Tom Cruise and his clear statement. The release of Mission Impossible 7 is expected to be on November 18th, 2021. After we saw first concept art for the new Game of Thrones prequel House of the Dragon last week, Deadline now reports about 3 newcomers: Olivia Cooke, Matt Smith, and Emma Darcy. There's also Paddy Considine, who was cast as King Viserys Targaryen back in October. Olivia Cooke is going to play the role of Alicent Hightower, the daughter of Otto Hightower, whereas Emma Darcy is familiarizing herself with the role of Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, the oldest child of King Viserys. Actor Matt Smith also plays a family member, namely the younger brother of the king and heir to the throne, Daemon Targaryen. The plot takes place about 300 years before the main series, and it'll explore the history of the House Targaryen. The series is directly based on George R.R. Martin's book Fire and Blood, and it is directed by Miguel Sapochnik, in the company of showrunner Ryan J. Condal, with a release planned for 2022. The annual list of 25 films that are going to be included in the National Film Registry was released on Monday. The whole purpose behind this is the acknowledgement of national cultural assets from the film world. The decision is made by the U.S. Library of Congress. From musicals through to action movies, any movie can be part of it, hence also The Blues Brothers from 1980 or The Dark Knight from 2008. Our personal highlight is none other than Shrek, the first movie of course. From now on, our reckless hero is among the greatest film of the last decades. Well deserved, do we think? For a long time, it wasn't clear whether Zack Snyder's Justice League would get a cinema release at all. With the controversial Warner plans of publishing all the big movies of 2021 simultaneously on HBO Max and on the big screen, there shouldn't really be any further drawbacks. Due to Snyder being a big fan of cinema releases himself, he consequently insists Justice League to be released in theaters as well. But so far, without any official statement from Warner Brothers. He did have to wait long enough. After all, the director had to leave his project at an early stage because of family reasons, which made him hand over the post-production to Joss Whedon with rather moderate success. There's also news in regards to age restriction, because according to Snyder's own comment, an R rating is to be expected. On the one hand, there are many F-words, on the other hand, explicit violence is very often shown. The US release of Zack Snyder's Justice League is set to be in March 2021. A potential cinema release date has yet to be announced. At the present time, things are not going well for the shooting for the second season of The Witcher. Recently, the production had to be halted due to staff members who had tested positive. Now, it's the main actor himself who has to put a stop to the recordings. As Deadline reports, the 37-year-old actor suffered a not inconsiderable leg injury on a kind of obstacle course. The result? A break from filming for Witcher, for now at least. Even so, the production crew continues filming and tries to shoot as many scenes as possible without the main character. Let's hope that Cavill and the Witcher team will recover well from this setback. There's good news nonetheless. The marketing team asked on Twitter whether fans would rather see cuts from season 1 or a surprise. The Witcher fans clearly decided in favor of the surprise, and that came promptly, because shortly afterwards new images for the new season were published. So the next question was, whether the fans would rather see a script page or another surprise. Here, too, the fans opted for the latter. It is to be expected that even more content will be released in the upcoming days. We are definitely excited.